Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Well, we knew it wouldn't remain dry for long, but that still doesn't make it any easier for Quebecers that are going to be dealing with this system for the next few hours and even the next few days as we continue to see it push through. Everything from snow in white and blue, freezing rain and mixed precipitation, that's purple and pink, and rain and thunderstorm activity. All of this starting to push through western and southern sections of the province tonight, and we've been seeing alerts galore since yesterday. Some of these alerts upgraded to include a higher precipitation or even a different kind of precipitation. So Montreal, Témiscamingue, the Gatineau region, you guys are under that freezing rain warning. Ice accretions could be between 2 to 15 millimeters today. And as you head towards the Laurentians, pushing further towards Val-d'Or, Matagami, you guys are looking at straight snow, 15 to 20 centimeters today. And tomorrow, for other viewers in southern Quebec, you could be looking at lesser snowfall amounts or less snowfall amounts, but also a mix of rain and snow at times as the system continues to push through heading into the evening. Now, temperatures have been frigid as they have been the past little bit, -4 in Thetford Mines, but even into the minus single digits as you head towards areas north of Quebec City. What we're expecting for Montreal specifically in the next few hours is some wet weather, some mixed precipitation, which will eventually transition into snow. And of course, we can't rule out the risk of freezing rain also heading into this evening. Much of this system, though, will transition to snow as we head into your Sunday. So we'll see cold air at play, and here it is, fully involved in southern, eastern, central, and western parts of the province, and this will take up your whole Sunday for most. And take a look at this, even as we head into Monday, still lingering behind. So we'll talk more about the gradual accumulations in the full forecast. I hope you're not expecting it to be warm in Montreal tomorrow. Those temperatures around 1 to 2 degrees, and yes, consistent snowfall through the day with, I won't make a whole lot of promises, but there is a chance to see some sunny breaks, maybe not earlier into the afternoon. Kevin? Below average highs at play, 1 or 2 degrees, and it's going to be stagnant for much of your afternoon heading into your evening. Of course, there is that snow at play as well. Now, I won't promise a whole lot of sunny breaks. In fact, I will say they may not even materialize. Do expect the snow to be there for sure, and at times some windy conditions. So gusts around the 35 to 40 could be possible for Montreal, and we are going to take some time before we shake off that system, as I mentioned. Now, the polar jet is winning a battle for much of the country here. We're starting to see that cooler air sink further southern, southwestern Ontario, even into parts of northeastern USA. Halifax, 10 degrees, some strong southerly flow over there, propelling those temperatures up, but they are going to be in for some cooler weather as they see this system move in and take hold heading into the next few days. Now, of course, it will be still lingering in Quebec as well, as we mentioned, and we are going to see a fuller transition to snow heading into tomorrow. So there's still some wet weather later this evening, mixed precipitation potentially around the Sherbrooke region, maybe even into Montreal. But as we head into Sunday, take a look at this. The cooler air, more of that at play, and much of central, southern, western, and eastern Quebec will be looking at this snow falling consistently. Take a look at this. Monday and even into Tuesday, areas like Sherbrooke, like Saguenay, you guys could be seeing some lingering bands, which will mean a gradual increase in that snowfall accumulation. So by the end of tomorrow, we could see around 6 centimeters in Montreal, 13 in Mont-Tremblant, further north, more of that. But as Monday and Tuesday roll around, here we are seeing those increasing totals thanks to that stagnation. Saint-Georges, 16 centimeters, 10 in Sherbrooke, 14 Quebec City, Trois-Rivières, 16 centimeters could be possible. So I hope you're headed or ready rather for another dump of snow. There will be some shoveling involved, of course, in the next few days. -1 rather in Trois-Rivières come tomorrow, 2 degrees in Montreal, 1 Monday, Tuesday. Take a look at how long we're lingering into those below average temperatures. Thursday, 2 degrees, even as we head into Friday and Saturday, lagging behind. But it looks like there's some wet weather through the weekend, but at least there's some sunny breaks by the middle of the week. Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Yeah, that's right. A whole lot of everything out there with this system that started to take hold of the province earlier in the day today. Now, we know professional soccer players, they are ready to play in just about anything. I'm not a professional soccer player, so I think many viewers will not blame me for wanting to stay indoors amid all this. And if you did choose to be outside, really hoping you're taking care out on the roads. Because yes, there was rain, thunderstorm activity in southern southwestern Ontario. Where it's getting even messier is around further east, Ottawa, Bancroft, Petawawa, and Kingston. That's where we're seeing the freezing rain and snow mix, even some thunderstorm activity pushing through right over there. And guess what? We even had a reported hail out in Brampton. This photo sent in by one of our viewers around the afternoon hour. Really hope your car was parked in a garage somewhere away from that potential damage. There's a reason why we're seeing a difference in precipitation from wet weather to icier weather. It's cooler out towards the east. Winds have been all over the place, but gusting quite strong from the south, at times the southwest, as you head into areas like Windsor. That's where we're seeing the temperature skyrocket. 18 degrees at this hour, 17 in Sarnia versus the freezing mark in Bancroft and Ottawa. What a difference. And we know in Toronto those temperatures are climbing hour by hour as we head into the evening, expecting a high of about 11 degrees later tonight. And the good news is even that wet weather is eventually going to move out. So by around 9 o'clock should be over, might linger a little bit towards the east. But take a look at what happens as we head into your day tomorrow. That warm air that you're seeing, it will be no more. We're looking at cold air now at play, and that means a transition from rain to snow. Snow squalls potentially, along with that lake effect starting to push through London, Barrie, Wyerton, and that continues not just through tomorrow but into your Monday as well. The good news for Toronto, you might not even be affected by the snow come tomorrow. You might not even see flurries. In fact, you could see some sunny breaks. Unfortunately, though, can't escape those strong gusting winds up to 60 kilometers per hour, and because of that, the 4-degree temperature that you're seeing in the afternoon, well, that will feel closer to -2. Kevin?
Thank you, Noor. Sky Tracker weather with our weather specialist, Noor. And Noor, sounds like there's some messy conditions out there, so people should watch out on the roads.
Yeah, that's exactly the case, Kevin. This wintry, messy system moving in just in time for the weekend. We always love when that happens, right?
Isn't it the best?
Perfect timing,
the
guys. Now, the good news is eventually we will shake off that system.
Okay.
It will take a bit of time, guys, so a few more days before we really shake it off. And let's see what that will mean for the temperatures as well. Well, from double digits today to single digits come tomorrow, those temperatures are going to lag behind for a few days into Toronto before we start to see conditions feel closer to seasonal. Strong gusting winds up to 60 kilometers per hour from the northwest, 4 or 5 degrees by the afternoon. But even that is deceiving, guys, because it will feel closer to -2, -3, again with that chillier air at play. Now, although we are seeing a ridge out west, as you head further east, the polar jet is winning the battle with this one, and we're seeing that Arctic air take over more areas heading into tomorrow. So Ontario, large sections, as we mentioned, as we see that temperature switch up. Quebec as well, Atlantic Canada. 10 degrees, though, in Halifax. Some strong southerly flow for them, propelling those temperatures upwards. Now, they are also getting a taste of this system starting tomorrow, but just because it moves into the Maritimes doesn't mean we're going to be rid of it on this side of the country. You can see it's still lingering there tomorrow, but a transition now to snow with that cold air at play. And yeah, it's going to mean that lake effect is kicking right back in, and we're seeing it make way for some accumulating snow into areas like Waterloo, like London, potentially Wyerton, Barrie, North Bay. Some flurries could be possible around the Kingston region and around Bancroft heading into tomorrow. Still there by Monday, and then it looks like Tuesday, a better chance to see that sunshine when we eventually start to see those conditions clear out. Now, Toronto, you guys could miss those flurries. It may not even affect you come tomorrow or come Monday, and we might even be in for some sunny breaks depending on how the cloud cover will situate itself. Very hard to predict cloud cover, but I don't think it's too bad to hold out hope for sunshine. Again, some accumulations further north as you head towards areas like Timmins, 7 centimeters, 1 towards Ottawa, and potentially 3 to 4 around the Barrie region. Temperatures taking a hit tomorrow, 7 in Windsor after, 18 or 19 today, 4 in Kingston, 1 in Ottawa, and around the GTHA, 5 for Hamilton, 4 in Oshawa, 4 for our viewers in Cobourg, and even cooler in Peterborough with 2 degrees. 4 on Monday, still lagging behind there. By Tuesday and Wednesday, starting to feel closer to seasonal. We see some sunny breaks as well. But as we head into Friday, some wet weather approaching the double digits. And by Saturday, closer to normal, a mix of sun and cloud. Enjoy it when it moves in. Thanks very much, Kevin. Well, we have been seeing conditions deteriorate as the evening progressed in large parts of the province tonight. Everything from rain, freezing rain, snow, and wet weather, mixed precipitation, you name it, this system has got it. And it's been slowly taking over large sections of the province, shifting further east and transitioning also from wet weather to snow as the evening progresses. Now, of course, I know many of you are looking forward to the big day tomorrow, the Grey Cup final, and wherever you're headed for those watch parties, I know there's one at La Cage come tomorrow. It's going to be a bit of a messy one, so make sure you are prepared out there on the roads and wherever you're going to be as you head outside, because yes, we're still looking at the system lingering behind and in fact transitioning to snow. We're seeing bursts of wind as well, gusting up to 60 at times around the international border. That is going to also be at play come tomorrow with some gusty conditions. Today, those temperatures yet again feeling very frigid. 1 degree for that high in Montreal, not even getting there in Trois-Rivières, -4 for our viewers in Thetford Mines. So it's been a chilly little while, and it will continue to feel chilly as we head into the day tomorrow and actually over the next few days as we stick with that Arctic air. Now watch that transition from rain, mixed precipitation and freezing rain to snow come tomorrow, and you can see much of southern, central and western Quebec will be involved in this system through your Sunday, which will bring heavy snow to large parts of the province, and it won't be done just yet, even as we head into Monday, lingering behind for some communities, which means gradual snowfall accumulations as the weekend progresses. So we'll talk more in the full forecast about what you can expect when it comes to those totals. Really hoping you're bundling up tomorrow as you head out the door for those viewing parties. 2 degrees, potentially even 1 degree for that high, and yes, consistent snowfall as your day goes on. Kevin?
Thank you, Noor. Sky Tracker forecast with our weather specialist, Noor. And Noor, tomorrow a lot of people are pretty excited about the Grey Cup, might be heading out to some parties.
Yes.
But they have to contend with some messy weather, it sounds like.
Yes, and even for those that may not be heading out to some parties, that may be running errands or seeing some friends, lots of messy conditions out on the roads.
Doesn't matter what you're doing, it might suck.
Yes, because Mother Nature does not care, in fact, about your plans. So, the good news is, Kevin, we will eventually move out of that system. It will take some time, though. Let's take a look at how long it will take. Well, bundle up as you head out to those watch parties come tomorrow. There's going to be some snow as well for much of the day. Hey, I won't promise there's going to be a whole lot of sunny breaks. It does say we could see them. I would anticipate more so on the cloudy side, 1 to 2 degrees for that high. It will get windier as the day progresses, and this is the case for much of southern Quebec, around western sections and pushing east as well. So blowing snow could be at play as you look ahead to the later parts of the evening, so do be mindful of that. A bit of a ridge in the jet stream out west, and then there's the sloping effect. So we're seeing the Arctic air sink further south into New England even, and you guys already know it's in Quebec, and it's going to last for a little while as we struggle to get back to more seasonal temperatures. And of course, you're seeing it in the precipitation as well with this transition from wet weather to snow heading into your day tomorrow. It is still there by Monday. Back to work it may be, but not the case for this system. It's still keeping on in the Sherbrooke region, Lac-Mégantic, Quebec City, Thetford Mines. You guys are going to see some snow heading into your Monday evening. Some rays of hope starting to push through Tuesday evening as we start to see some of this dry up. So it does, of course, look like we will be seeing gradual accumulation, maybe even more than originally expected around the Montreal region. 14 centimeters could be possible. The bulk of this is going to fall early tomorrow morning. 16 around Saint-Georges, 12 in Sherbrooke, and looking ahead to Mont-Tremblant, some of those heavier totals as we see more consistent snowfall over there. -2 or +2 rather in Montreal tomorrow, -1 in Mont-Tremblant and +2 in Sherbrooke as well. Yes, those temperatures will lag behind actually for the entirety of the next 7 days. The good news is there's some sunshine in the forecast by the middle of the week, but as we approach the weekend, still below seasonal and some wet weather starts to push in. Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Yeah, it's been a crazy day out there, a struggle to keep up with that precipitation, not just for those football players, but really for everyone around large portions of Ontario. Believe it or not, the freezing rain is still going around the Ottawa Valley. Areas like Kingston started to see it as well earlier into the afternoon. But even for us around the GTHA, not a breeze out there with the rain, the thunderstorm activity that we mentioned. Also, some hail reported in areas like Brampton around the afternoon hour. This one taken by one of our viewers with the loonie to scale. What a day it's been, and what a day it will continue to be tomorrow. Now, we did see a crazy divide in temperatures between southwestern Ontario and as we approach southern and eastern Ontario. A high of 18 in Windsor, climbing to 11 at one point in Toronto, and then into the zeros and ones as we head towards the Quebec border. But all of this is coming crashing down as we started to see a massive shift in that wind. Strong gusts from the northwest, upwards of 60 km just now in Windsor and London. And just as predicted into the earlier show, we were talking about the risk of snow squalls come tomorrow, and here we are now seeing these snow squall watches in place by Environment Canada. Innisfil, Newmarket, Northern York region, areas like London and Norfolk County as well. From 10 to 40 centimeters could be possible as we see that lake effect machine start to kick right back in, and you can see how that's going to look like as we head into your morning come tomorrow. Consistent bands of snow pushing in. The good news is that Toronto might miss this whole thing entirely. You could see that snow around areas like Hamilton, like Mississauga, like Fort Erie, but Toronto, maybe it could be seeing even some sunny breaks come tomorrow, depending on the track of this system. Unfortunately, what we can't escape is the serious wind gusts up to 60 km throughout the afternoon, and those temperatures, they are crashing down to a high of about 6 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, but don't be fooled, it'll feel closer to -3. Kevin?
Thank you, Noor.
So, the good news is, Kevin, we will eventually move out of that system. It will take some time, though. Let's take a look at how long it will take. Well, bundle up as you head out the door tomorrow. It's going to be a windy one out there in Toronto. Gusts up to 60 km, and you will notice a difference in terms of the temperatures as well. 6 degrees for that high at around 5 a.m., and then it's cooler, 4 to 5 degrees by the afternoon, feeling closer to the -3, maybe even -5 mark, and remaining at that 2-degree range as we head into the evening. Now, Toronto might see some sunny breaks associated with this, depending on the track of those snow squalls, whether or not they're going to push into parts of the city with some flurries. We'll have to wait and see, but you could even see, as I mentioned, some sunshine, which will be some great news amid those chilly temperatures. Bit of a ridge in the jet stream, and then this sloping effect. We're seeing that Arctic air dip down to New England. Halifax, bit of an anomaly there, 11 degrees with some strong southerly flow, and we're looking at some double-digit highs in some parts of southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan come tomorrow. Over here, well, the double digits will be no more, of course, with the arrival of this Arctic air, and it continues to bring that lake effect snow at play tomorrow and even into your Monday. So we're seeing that over in areas like Barrie, again, Waterloo, London. So it could be seeing those flurries push through around areas like Hamilton, Milton, Mississauga as well. Tuesday potentially could be your best bet to see those skies clear, sunnier breaks in store for many, and that will be a relief, of course, after we see those snow squalls persist for such a long time heading into tomorrow and into Monday. Now, for now, our models are showing it won't be as heavy as what Environment Canada is predicting. Remember, some of those watches said that we could see up to 40 centimeters in areas around, for example, the Barrie region and Northern York region. Of course, these totals or these estimates could change as we head into tomorrow and see how things progress. But for now, it does look like areas like the city of Toronto, like Peterborough, not affected by this accumulation. Of course, do be mindful that during those snow squalls, low visibility is supposed to be expected as we see blowing snow and blizzard-like conditions. 4 degrees in Oshawa tomorrow, 4 in Cobourg, 2 in Barrie, and 3 in Collingwood. Your next 7 days, a gradual return to seasonal by Thursday. 7 degrees over there, 9 on Friday with some wet weather, drying up on Saturday, but unfortunately mostly cloudy. 6 degrees, your high.